Well, good morning, YouTube. Well, the snowstorm has come and gone, and we did not get as much snow as predicted, but we got a good 2.5 inches, maybe 3. Depends on where you look. Some places it looks a little heavier than others. Now, we had a lot of rain before the storm came through, so there's a lot of spots like this here that just had so much water in it that the snow didn't get good coverage. But I thought I'd take a moment, show you guys around, because I love the way our place looks with a light layer of snow. Again, where we live, we get just enough snow to really enjoy. It's not overly hindering. We don't have to live with it for weeks or months at a time. So it's quite enjoyable. Now, I was actually quite surprised because when you look at the weather maps at the radar, it looks like the storm has passed and skies are clear. But as I was eating my breakfast before I came out this morning, I looked out the window just as I was getting ready to get the camera ready. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's actually still snowing a little bit. Very lightly, nothing to really brag about. So I doubt it will add to any of the accumulation, but still here and I'm loving it. Well, guys, I also kind of want to apologize. Haven't posted much lately. It seems that COVID has run its course through our households here, and just about everybody has gotten sick. Most of us have recovered pretty well. Katie's still having a little bit of a hard time with it. But so not a whole lot's been going on. We've just been kind of isolating ourselves, and not from each other because we all had it. So not a whole lot has gotten done in the last week or two since it's taken its course. But as for today's project, probably not going to film it. Like most of my projects, sometimes they get started and they don't get finished all the way. So a couple years ago, I actually did an encapsulation on the crawl space underneath our house, because when we bought this house, there was a lot of water running in underneath. There was definitely mold issues within the home. Some of you know, we bought this house. It had been vacant for a long time, and it was bank owned, had been repossessed or foreclosed, repossessed, however you want to look at it. And it had been vacant for a long time. And from what we hear from the neighbors, the people that lived here before us really did nothing to maintain the home properly. They just kind of let it run down. So we bought it for a good price, but we have our work cut out for us. So to make a long story short, to stop the water from coming underneath the house, I did a French drain around the entire section of the house where the water was actually coming in, so we can pump that water away from the home. And then the crawl space under the house was basically a dirt floor, because water had been getting under there for years and years and years. There was just a lot of mold and mildew on the bottom of the floor joists. It was always damp and wet down there. The pipes were condensating. And because of that, we could not control the humidity levels inside the house, which led to a lot of mold growth. So after the French drain was done and I stopped the water from coming underneath, I went ahead and did the encapsulation process. And that's basically where you seal everything off with plastic all the way up the walls. And pretty much airtight everything. And there's one step that I did not complete. Now, I had no experience on encapsulating a crawl space before I did this, but thanks to YouTube, I watched a lot of videos. I spent hours and hours and hours of research time learning how to do it. I went out and bought the materials, and did the job myself. I think when it's all said and done, I had about $5,000 in materials, and the estimates to get the job done would have been somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 because it is a lot of work. A professional crew would have had it done a lot faster than me, but I spent a good part of a month underneath this house almost every single day, hours and hours and hours at a time. It was not a fun project. Anyway, I got it to a point where the walls, the support columns for our floor joists, everything was sealed. The floors, everything is completely encapsulated in plastic and sealed so that no more of that moist air is radiating up from the moist dirt underneath. What I did not finish was the rim joist, where the actual floor joists go into the concrete wall. They sit on a ledge there, and that is one of the places where a lot of outside air can get into your crawl space. You know, I'm rambling. I did not mean to make this video about encapsulation. Anyway, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down there and seal up those rim joists. So I bought one of those froth kits from Lowe's, and actually I bought the froth kit over a year ago. I just haven't got around to doing it. It's one of those things where it's time consuming. It's not a job I really want to do, and it can leave some odors in the house. So wanted to make it where I could get everybody else out of the house while I spray it. And this morning is the morning that I'm going to do that. Well, the spray foam is kind of messy. It's going to air seal everything, and it's also going to help with the insulation properties. But like I said, I'm not going to record it. The crawl space is not a comfortable place to be, and spray foam is kind of messy. I really don't want to take my camera down there, or my iPhone, and take it down there and get junk all over it. And I just don't think it would make good video anyways. So, and if you want to see how it's done, there's plenty of videos on YouTube because I watched a bunch to learn how to do it. So anyway, guys, that's going to close this video. I hope you like our winter wonderland. I'm going to go get to work, and hopefully we'll get some more videos out here in the near future. Thank you, guys. And till the next time I see you, keep those engines running.